Hey, que la que hay, mi gente? Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com. And in today's video, I wanted to take the time to answer a question that not only do we get inside of our members area for our training programs, but it's also a question that we get here on YouTube. And that question is, how much time should I spend each day studying, learning Spanish? Now, this question usually comes in our members area for people asking how many lessons should they go through, or pretty much how much time should they spend with that lesson, how much time should they spend each day. And then I've seen the same question on YouTube, pretty much asking the same thing, but in the way of how much time should I spend each day learning Spanish if I want to become fluent. So in this video, I'm going to do my best to help you find the right answer to that question. Now, the first thing I would say is a big mistake that a lot of people make when they are learning Spanish is that they spend too much time practicing and studying Spanish. Now, I know that might sound contrary to what should work, right? We should spend as much time as possible learning Spanish if we want to become fluent. Now, of course, that's not to say that the less time, that you have a better chance studying Spanish less time than if you studied it for more time. But you have to view the more time spent in the long run, because here's what usually happens. Somebody decides they're going to learn Spanish. So usually whenever we're doing something new, when we have a new goal or something, we start here, right? We start at the top, excited, ready. And then we go through this process, which is called, Seth Godin coined it, the dip. So as time goes on, we go down, right? We go down, we start losing that excitement. Now, a lot of people fall off right here, and they never make it to the other end of the dip, where in reality is higher and we're even more excited than where we began. But in order to get to that spot, we have to go through that dip. Now, the dip happens early for students when it comes to learning Spanish, because we set out to study Spanish for an hour, 2 hours a day, and we quickly burn out and we quickly lose the joy, the excitement that we had when we started learning Spanish. So we give up and we stop studying Spanish. A week or 2 weeks into it, we're done. And we just say, I'm too old to learn Spanish, I can't do it. We make excuses and we give up. We move to the next thing. And then a year or two later, we come back to Spanish and say, man, I wish I would have took Spanish more serious. We forget why we even gave up. But what happens? We start back up doing the same thing that we did before. We're excited to restart, thinking this time things will be different, but we approach it the same. So we don't want to spend too much time each day studying Spanish, okay? Because that's going to make you lose the joy, the excitement that you have. Usually what I recommend students, what I recommend that they do, what I recommend to students is that they study Spanish for about 30 minutes a day. Now, I know you're saying 30 minutes might not seem like much, but there's a great compound effect that happens when you do it 30 minutes every single day. Now, I'm not talking about 30 minutes a few days a week, but if you can dedicate yourself to just 30 minutes every single day, you will see amazing results. Because let's compare it to the first strategy. The first strategy, let's say you went off the deep end and you wanted to do 2 hours a day. Maybe you made it through the first week, all right? And you've studied for 14 hours in your first week. You're well on your way, right? And maybe the second week you do the same. 28 hours, you've studied hard, but then you're done. Then you're burnt out. You miss a day, you miss 2 days, next thing you know, when you start missing days, now it looks very difficult. Like, oh, I got to get back into the habit of studying for 2 hours. It's just not going to work. Not to mention that the human attention span is getting shorter and shorter. I was reading an article and it said that we can really only focus for like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes if we're lucky. So studying for 2 hours, not only are you going to get burnt out, but your study sessions are not going to be very effective, because maybe for those first 20 minutes you're dialed in. But I guarantee if I could see what's on your mind when you're 90 minutes in, I guarantee your mind's going to be wandering all over the place. You're going to be thinking about what are you going to make for dinner. You're going to be thinking about what are you going to do this weekend while you're still listening to Spanish, thinking that you're studying it, but in reality, you're not studying it. And you're not even consuming it. Your mind is elsewhere. So those 2 weeks, you thought that you had 28 hours of studying. You really didn't. We don't know how many hours you had, but it wasn't 28. Now let's look on the flip side. We just do 30 minutes a day. It's much easier to stay consistent. Now, anybody can do 30 minutes. Everybody has 30 minutes in one day that they can dedicate to learning Spanish. Just wake up 30 minutes earlier. If you really feel that you don't have time, wake up 30 minutes earlier. Cut off Netflix for 30 minutes. Now, 2 hours is a big amount. Nobody wants to wake up 2 hours earlier to be able to implement Spanish into their day. 30 minutes, that's something different. But again, when you do it over and over, you will easily, after a month, you've long surpassed what you thought you would have been doing with 2 hours a day. And you're still consistent and you're still motivated because it's easy. And even when you miss a day or two, it's not this big mountain that you have to climb to get back started. It's just 30 minutes tomorrow. That's it. So it's very easy to stay consistent, and consistency is key. And yes, studying Spanish longer is important, but when we're talking about the long term, now imagine you do this consistently for a year. I guarantee you'll be fluent by that time. If you do 30 minutes every single day for a year, there's no way in heck that you are not going to be fluent, or at least that you are not going to have a very good grasp on the language if you're studying, granted, if you're studying the right way. So that's my recommendation is 30 minutes a day, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Can you put in 30 minutes a day? It's the equivalent of going to the gym, and I've used this analogy before, but it's perfect for the situation. A lot of people, when it comes to wanting to lose weight, they start a new diet, and then they start this new gym regimen or routine that they're going to do at the gym. And they spend 2 hours at the gym. Boom. Yeah, I'm crushing it. 2 hours, right? I guarantee if you were filming them at the gym, you would see that a lot of the time was spent walking to the water fountain, talking to people, and they weren't really working out for 2 hours. And if they were working out for 2 hours, I guarantee the first 30 minutes of that workout was far better than the last 30 minutes. And then tomorrow, they don't want to go to the gym because they spent so much time, 2 hours at the gym. And long story short, the routine is done within a few weeks and they get back on their old bad habits and they're not as healthy as they want to be. But what if they had just gone to the gym 30 minutes, let's just say 30 minutes. I guarantee they would have enjoyed it. They would have got a great workout. They wouldn't have wasted a lot of time, and they'd be ready for tomorrow and the next day. And it'd be much easier to stay consistent with that. Now, you give me somebody that's gone to the gym every single day for 30 minutes versus somebody who's gone to the gym 1 or 2 times a week, off and on for months. I guarantee that person that did it every day is going to be in much better shape. And it's the same exact thing that happens with studying and learning Spanish. You put in 30 minutes a day, and you will see far better results than, if you spend a lot of time. Now, the last point I'm going to touch on is what if you have to learn Spanish, or what if you really want to learn Spanish faster? Okay, you can speed up the process. Let's say your job is on the line. You have to learn Spanish within the next 3 to 6 months, at least get a good grasp of it so that you can jump up in your job, so that you can get a raise, so that you can get a promotion. You can study more Spanish each day. And now you have skin in the game because your job depends on it. Your livelihood depends on it. Your raise and promotion depends on it. So now it'll be easier to make you be consistent, right? Because you have that skin in the game. So still though, what I would recommend is that you not study for 2 hours straight, but instead you break your sessions down into 3 or 4 30-minute periods. And that way, you're focused, and as soon as that focus starts to go down, because when we start training or start studying, our focus is at the top, and it just slowly goes down. That's just how it works, right? It's just a gradual decline. Well, if you stop and then you start over, you never reach that bottom of focus where your mind is completely wandering. So if you have to learn Spanish faster and you really want to learn Spanish faster, you can spend more time each day with Spanish, but you have to structure your training sessions with these 30-minute periods, and you don't want to just do straight 2 hours. Now, this could be much more difficult because now you have to schedule, okay, this session, 4 sessions a day. It is doable, again, if you're dedicated and if you can do it. But most people don't need to go that crazy because really there's no what's the rush? Other than you have to learn before a specific time, or you have to learn, pretty much for a specific time, whether you're going on vacation or you're doing something for your job. But even if you're going on vacation, I would still say take it slow, because a lot of people will do that. They'll burn out, and then after vacation, they're done with the language. So you want to play it safe here. 30 minutes a day is what I recommend for 95% of people. Now, the 5% that are just super serious, super dedicated, can be focused and have some skin in the game because they have to learn it, then you can spend more time and break your session. Just have more sessions, but don't go over 30 minutes, maybe an hour if you have good focus. But again, I'm talking for the majority here. 30 minutes is really all that you need. So I hope you found this video helpful. And of course, you don't want to spend your 30 minutes doing the wrong thing. It's just like going to the gym. You can spend 2 hours in the gym, 30 minutes in the gym. It doesn't matter. If you're doing the wrong workouts that don't work, you're not going to see results. And it's the same thing with studying Spanish. So if you want to learn more about how you should be studying Spanish, how you should be learning Spanish, click the first link in the comments. I have my 3 secrets to learning to speak and comprehend Spanish faster. All you have to do is click that link. It's going to take you to a page where I reveal those 3 secrets to you so you can check them out. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up for me. Comment below. Let me know what else you need help with. That's what this channel is here for. Don't worry, we will get back to the Spanish listening comprehension and some more Spanish tips and tricks. But I wanted to do this video for you to answer this question that I've seen numerous times in our membership and here on the comments of this channel. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Speak Spanish Faster. Click that red subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.